Here we are. They found a way to get this pile back in the shop and have the real hot rods out in the weather. Oh God, we did a number on this thing. Why is it so bright? That's weird. The purpose of this video is to try to talk between the traffic, because apparently everybody on the planet needs to go down the freaking road today on Sunday. Long story short, my son hit an animal on the way home from work. He's only been driving for a year or so it kind of freaked him out a little bit. Luckily, it didn't damage the car too hard. You can see it's just basically the bumper cover, been a few brackets. I think it'll all go back together really well, but I got this painted. It looks to match pretty good. It's probably going to be a little darker since it's a 5-year newer paint job, but that's the first time I've ever painted actual real, base clear with hardener automotive paint. Anyway, here's how you can change your own bumper cover, paint your own bumper cover at home, no tools required, and save yourself $900 like we did. Enjoy it. So I first called a paint and body shop to see about getting the car fixed, and a quote was about $1,200 just to replace the front bumper cover and paint it to match. So I don't know about you, but with all the vehicles we insure, I got a $1,000 deductible, so it didn't make any sense to pay them. You can buy these panels painted to match right off eBay from body shops. However, to match this one, they wanted $850 plus $120 shipping, so we're right back to my $1,000 deductible. So the third option, they sell it in primer. It's actually folded in half in a box, but I picked this up for $178. It seems to be a pretty stout, nice piece. It's just a daily driver. Anyway, so we're going to show you how to get your bumper cover painted and replaced on the cheap. First step, we had to get it out of the box, and just like the directions said, we used an automotive heat gun, and all the ripples in the center came right out. It went right back to the shape where they molded it in. So I was worried about that, but it looks perfect. So we'll get it scuffed up, get it cleaned up, we'll get it tacked cloth, and get it painted today. First step, we want to go over the materials required to do this. I went down to my local paint shop. Well, first of all, if your car's 2017 or newer, you don't even have a paint code on the car. You have to call the dealership and they tell you the code. So I called up Chevrolet. The color of the Chevy Cruze is hilarious. It is called gasoline metallic. That's the color. Looks like metallic charcoal, but whatever. So called my local paint store, gave them that number. They were able to put automotive grade paint right in a spray can with the Spray Max system. I've used this before, it works really well. They gave me the matching clear, it's got the hardener. One thing I want to mention is when you use this, make sure you wear respirators with this stuff. I don't know if you've ever made any painters, but they're weird. They breathe way too much of this stuff. You'll need some tack cloth. I just got the singles from Harbor Freight for the small project. I forgot to get Scotch-Brite to scuff up the component, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this kitchen thing because it's free and I have it right here with me. We also have some reducer, so we'll go ahead and scuff it, clean it, tack cloth it, paint it, clear it, and go. When you use tack cloth, you're just lightly rubbing it over the surface. You're trying to pull lint and stuff left over from your solvent process out. You don't want to push very hard. You'll actually transfer the waxes in the cloth to your surface, and your paints won't stick to that waxy resin. So again, very lightly, just trying to get the lint. Again, in a perfect world, you'd be doing this indoors. However, we're showing you that this can be done quickly and easily and cheaply with mediocre results at home, outside. This stuff has a 5-minute splash time, so that means 5 minutes between coats. Of course, the wind picked up. We'll give that 5 minutes of flash off time, and then we'll put another coat on. So far it looks pretty good. We've waited the 5 minutes between coats that they recommend with the Spray Max system. So here goes coat number 2. I'm gonna put a third coat on this section right here. This is the section you actually see. Once this is in the car, it gets plastic inserts here and a grill, and all this stuff covers most of it up, but right here flows right off the fender and the hood. So I'm going to give this section a third coat before we move into the clear coat. No? So seriously, with metallics, you don't want to paint too close. You'll actually get stripes. So as you paint, you kind of want to run different ways. And then you also want to fog it over the top. That way all the metallics lay out, and they lay out nice and neat. I think we did a pretty good job here. So we'll let this off gas for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll bring the clear out. You can really start to see the flake come out in this paint. And remember, base coat is supposed to be dull. That's the gloss that'll give it the shine. The Spray Max Clear has the hardener built into it. They got this little red cap in the top here. You flip it over, put it on the bottom. That releases the hardener in. Then they say shake it upside down for 2 minutes. Number on this thing. We're having a heck of a winter blast down here in Georgia. I wish I could get better lighting to show you. But you can see it's all on. It actually looks really good. It's really good shine. I'm really happy with it. I'm gonna let it cure for a week or two before I cut and buff it, but for a daily driver, really stoked. You can see it's just a tiny bit darker but nobody's gonna notice on a Chevy Cruze. And we saved ourselves 900 bucks, so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that little bit of tech, and try it out. Worked out really good for us.